So this US30 trade, I wish I sent out in the group, but I'm too chicken to send signals on the US30. But when it works out, you start to regret that decision. But so I bought this like 15 minutes before the market opened, and news had come out over the weekend that Trump signed a stimulus bill because Congress couldn't make up their minds. So I also read some news articles, and honestly, I read a couple, and the rest of them I mostly read headlines. But it was all good news for this week, and people were talking about how stocks are gonna surge this week and stuff. And so I was like, well, maybe good to trade the news and stuff. So.
Yeah, and it's moved nicely to the upside today. I mean, so you took the initial buy trade down there off of, is that the 200 minute SMA? Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what got you into the trade?
Yeah, pretty much. So once I saw it cross under, I waited for it to get close, and then I bought, hoping it would break, and it did. And it usually, before the market opens, it usually breaks that. And
yeah, and that's been something that Frank behind the scenes has been kind of testing this. This is probably also why it's not in the group just yet. Frank's been testing this concept on the 1 minute chart. It sounds really weird on US30, but the 200 period 1 minute chart, Frank has been noticing, and I've been looking along with it, that a lot of times it does end up respecting that 1 minute chart. And so Frank's been taking little short-term trades off this, and now you've trailed your stop in there. How much is that trailed in for right now?
that's
$152 right now. So that's locked in on only a $500-something account. That's massive.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the cool thing with you know, even 0.01, right? Very small position size, and still absolutely rocking it just from that one position.
Which is also scary. So
it is scary.
The next time I make a trade like this, where I feel like pretty strong about it, I guess I'll send it out as like an S&P trade, because it's much more mild and doesn't, you don't risk like $80 versus $8 or $9 on.
Right. When you're looking at US30, it moves a lot more than SPX 500 in comparison, so the money moves can be massive, but really solid trade there, just playing off that quick momentum build up here in kind of the pre-market and getting into today, and now there it is. It's up, what, $171. So real quick, why hold on to the trade rather than just close it? Is it just because you just want to trail and let it do its thing, or what are you thinking?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm obviously, if you're in the group, I'm pretty bearish in the market right now, but it's always it continues to go up with the with stimulus, with the Fed, and any good news is great news, and any bad news is good news right now.
Well, and I think it's also important to note that it's like, even if you have a bearish bias on something, sometimes it does take an open mind to just be like, okay, well, I'm recognizing a pattern here. Why would I not trade it if the reward seems greater than the risk? You know, so I think
Right.
that's kind of cool that you've at least flipped to the long side when it made sense to do so.
Yeah.
And are you trading on the higher time frame, like the 1 hour, based off the RSI?
I have before, but it's mostly on the minute chart. It's mostly this moving average.
Yeah, so
it seems to be working. If I can zoom out, you can just see how I mean, it's not perfect, but you can see once it crosses under it, comes back up. When it comes back up,
right.
It usually trails onto it, and then it crosses under. So it's
True.
The minute average is pretty strong on the US30.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, and that's all just from short-term scalps. But you can see it on that 1 minute chart today. It just exploded up, breaking past that previous top there. You see kind of like right around here, that top there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here.
How do you calculate pips again?
Well, it's different on US30. It's like points, but it definitely has moved a significant amount to the upside here, purely just off of that momentum pickup, and like you said, some of the fundamentals, the news coming out on the US30. So not bad. It's a pretty dang good position if you ask me. $170 on a $500 account. It is possible. Of course, there are risks involved, and trading US30 is very risky by its very nature. But we'll see. I guess you'll either trail out of the position there, or what? Keep moving it higher. What are you thinking?
Well, it looks like it's about to
It's
close
about to
out right
tag
now.
you out right as we're looking at it, but
Awesome. Still a really good trade though.
still, yeah, even if that closes you out,
Where did you get in? Oh, you got in down there. Okay.
Yeah, right at the open.
yeah, way down there. Oh, and it looks like we're just about to get tagged out here on the camera.
Maybe we'll see it hit that moving average again.
And
Yeah,
where's
maybe
the
we
moving?
can do some
Oh, okay. So
potential
this
setup.
moving average, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Make up your mind.
Oh. Yeah, it's just the crazy nature of this thing. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the position. I guess we'll just let you guys know what ended up happening with the position and go from there.
All right, sounds good.